Information. Die heutige Konferenz wird aufgezeichnet.
And what about Singapore?
Fine, no problems. They are running without any errors.
I heard recently from our reference marketing that Abbott is also a reference customer for manufacturing. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think we started that process, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I was not sure about that. So also would that also be true for the Singapore implementation? So if you would have an Asian customer would like to, okay, good, nice to hear. Because I've got a Japanese customer, maybe.
I have to talk with the guys located in Singapore, but it's definitely no problem to talk with me or with Pratt Desai in Chicago, and we do have customers, of course, located in Singapore who could give a demo or whatever.
Okay, good. So what was the scope again in Singapore? Was it EBR as well?
Electronic batch recording, very extended HTML-based PI sheet, but no XStep technology because we are running on 4.6.
Okay.
XStep technology will be the next step.
You are aware of the fact that 4.6 is running out of maintenance at the end of this year?
Yes, out of maintenance doesn't mean that
I know.
You can access the hard disk. Right. But
we don't switch off your system.
That's great to hear. Yeah, I know. Right now we are doing a template definition in ECC6. Not yet with production planning. Production planning will be next year.
Okay. Who has joined, by the way? Somebody else there on the phone?
Yes.
Who is it?
Gérard Leroy.
Ah, hi Gérard. How are you? Did you manage finally to see the recordings?
Not yet. I opened a call to my help desk.
Okay.
So, they are blocked. So I don't know.
Hopefully you'll get to that. So how are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. Your first time here?
Yes.
Okay.
So today we are just starting a project. So in the process industries. So we would like to use at the beginning the characteristic based PI sheet.
Okay.
We are in ECC6. And we are also looking to move to the enhancement package 4 to get the last update.
Okay. Which industry are you in? Pharma or? Chemical? Okay. Good.
It's ink production.
Ink production. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, maybe.
So I just want to get some feeling. Also look for all the recording you did, just for me to get also more knowledge, and also go to the training. But there are not so many sessions of training.
Well, there is a new or fairly new training course. I think it's called SCM 370, which is especially for the XSteps, and I think on request it might also be held in English, but I'm not sure whether it's held abroad. Where are you?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Oh yeah. So that could be possible for you to go to Waldorf. Could it?
Yes. It's possible on request to get it if we are more than if it will be like 3 or 4 people to get an English session.
I would guess so. Yeah. I think like 5 would be the absolute minimum. I think for such a session. So if you have a fixed number really, and you can promise on that, then please get in contact with our training department, or I can also help you if you don't find the proper contact there.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I think that should be possible. It's all about demand. If there's a demand there, then there will be a session in English, I think.
Okay, and also for me it's important to share some knowledge of in terms of customer experience, to maybe check with other customers who have already implemented it, and then get in contact, visit them.
Yeah, feel free to ask everybody in this room as well. By the way, who has joined? There's one dial-in. Pat. Hi.
Rebel. Hi.
Hi, Pat. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm fine as well, thank you. So, good. I'm expecting also somebody from Bayer in Brazil. He has also asked me some questions and said that he would come today. But Pat, you also had some questions for today, or maybe we'll wait a couple of minutes and chat a little bit, but then we can maybe dive into that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
regarding to our Brazilian projects, 3 o'clock is just an option. So if it's 3:15 or something around that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know this. Mañana. That's true. Yeah. So we are a pretty small group. It's really weird. I mean, I've got a reporting tool for these recording sessions, and I see whenever I see the statistics there, it always goes over the last 30 days. It's about I think the session number 1 is the most viewed, and it's always about between 50 and 100 per month, and that's really awesome. But nobody dares to go in person into the meeting, so it seems. Who has joined?
Hi, Arne. Here is Adriano from Bayer Brazil.
Hi, Adriano. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Together with me, I have Geisa and Ednei, that are employees from Bayer too.
Okay. Adriana, did you see the recorded sessions, by the way?
No.
No. Because several of your questions you sent me by mail also are covered in some of these sessions, and I think the list I gave to you, the updated list of recordings, it also gives you hints where to look for. So we can repeat some of these, of course, no problem. Since if there are no other pressing questions there, we can cover these. But for your information, the first 6 or 7 sessions were sort of organized by me, so I prepared something for the session, and now I'm more in the improvising and discussion mode here in these sessions. Yeah. So because I think if people have looked at the recordings, we only need to cover some delta only. So
okay.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't see you in the list of participants. You're only here by phone. Is that true?
I am just a number, 148-102.
Oh, that's you. Okay, that's
yes.
I've seen that number before. I don't know why this. Did you type in that number, or what? Why is that number?
No,
there?
you send in the mail this number as the participant.
That's why. No, you have to enter your name there. Not
okay.
That's only the number for the phone conference. You have to type in into the phone. That I always was wondering why this number. Okay. Anyway, so let's see what you voted for in maybe I'm also broadcasting this here in the polling here. So I have always these little polling stations, and please feel free to select. But I think we are a pretty small group, so I think everybody has already stated something here. Yeah. So characteristic role in XSteps we have covered in session 8. Also process messages in session 8. Live parameters I haven't covered yet so far, so that would have to be something to be improvised. Yeah, maybe anybody wants to ask specific questions on characteristics or process message or something? Or?
But for me, it was linked to the rework. I've seen a document you made on some rework option. And is it available somewhere? Can we download and upload the rework steps also in
okay.
in our system?
Well, no, that rework scenario was made for a demo on ASA conference last year.
Okay. Yeah.
So I need to think about how to provide this to you. I will talk to the developer who did this, and then maybe we just ship it to you. But maybe it would be nice to just send me a mail with that specific request. Then we will consider this. It's just it's just a very basic function module, I think. So it shouldn't be a problem. So that was about rework, okay?
And another question I do have, but it's not regarding to the first 3 points. I did some testing with the style sheets, did some enhancements you showed us as well. And the one point I still have a problem in the scrolling and leaving the header of a table fixed. I can scroll or change the CSS file so you are scrolling on a horizontal line, and you are not allowed to scroll vertical, but it's very hard to have a vertical scroll and leave the header line fixed. I checked in HTML coding, and they all have special tricks, but not the flexible ones.
Yes. I think I don't. Unfortunately, right today I don't have my usual system online. I don't know what happened, so I cannot show it right now. And I think I only have implemented that there. But it's just one line of coding in the style sheet which has to be added to make that happen. And that works.
What I did, I changed the CSS file so I only have a horizontal scrolling and no vertical scrolling.
No. There's no way to achieve that in CSS. You need to go to the XSL, and there's a little JavaScript functionality you have to include there, and then it'll work.
But that's a very good hint that you are doing it with JavaScript.
yes, but
because with original XSL coding, you can only with XPath you can only select something or include some HTML coding, but without JavaScript I see no chance.
Yes.
But JavaScript could be a good hint.
Okay. So now, by the way, we had another guest, I think. Michael, are you Michael Gottschalk?
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, you're here. Okay. Hi, hello to you as well. So we are a pretty small group, so it's quite cozy today. Hello to you as well. And so now the most wanted topics today are the characteristics and process message. So since I have covered them in the session 8, I'd like to have some more specific questions from you, please. Or is one of you who hasn't? I think Adriano, you haven't seen the session, so maybe any specific questions for you?
Yes. Here in Brazil, we already have implemented the specific based PI sheet. Bayer in Finland, they implemented the XStep. We saw very shallow the solution. Now we are very interested to implement the XStep here in Brazil too. And we would like to know how difficult is it? Is that difficult or not?
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe if the others don't mind, I just give a just brief brief snapshot how easy it is? You agreed, or anyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Always fine.
Okay. So let's just go into this one of the systems. Or maybe I'll just. Let's first go here. So this is a transaction. That's the standard XStep repository here, which is plant-based here, and you can organize all your elements here in a nice folder structure, and we have also provided in the SDN a library for the first steps for you so you can download it and import it with a certain import functionality, which you see here. Import success folder. That's just an XML file. You have to select them, and then you have all this what you see here. And basically, if you did you say that you have already implemented PI sheets or based on and process instructions? That's correct?
Yes.
Okay. So and then you know that this is quite cumbersome. You need to know the syntax of the characteristics, the sequence to make it work. Yes.
Okay.
And here with the XSteps, it's much easier. So what you have to do is to create such a standard XStep. Yeah. And the standard XStep is just can be a template or can be a reusable building block or an element that can contain a lot of other stuff. It has a version which holds a date and a status. This one is in process here. Sorry about that system. It's quite slow. Maybe I'll switch to...
Sorry, are we supposed to see your screen? Because I don't see your screen.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
You don't have your
Nobody was asking, so I was just surprised.
No. Do you see the screen? No?
Yes, now it's better. You are looking nice, but I prefer your screen.
Okay, let's continue here. So that's the version. I can name that. I can have it a validity period here, and it has a status. And now I have a hierarchical structure here. So that's the root node here, and I have to give initially. Once here for that element, I have to give it a destination. I have to decide in that case whether to use that for a PI sheet or for an external system. And I think I should switch to another system. That's too slow here. Let's just go to one of our widest systems. That should go quicker. Okay, let's choose a plant here. Well, in that system, there's some compiling to do, but that could also happen in the other because that's a test system where transports can go in. So we'll have to wait a little bit. Okay, that's it. And let's just create a folder here. So that's a folder. Create a standard XStep again. Okay. Then this is an XStep, by the way. So this small little cube, that's called an XStep. It can be either a type of a folder to just hold some other elements inside, or it can have some other things like parameters, and I'll come to that maybe later. First I need to have a destination, so I say electronic work instruction in contrast to external system, and that's just a placeholder, so that's not a specific one. The specific ones you see also here when you drill down here, but that's meant to be a standard building block which you could use potentially for in a recipe for different destinations. So that's why you normally wouldn't specify a concrete destination here. So I'll just double click that here. Okay, and then the next thing, that's the smallest grouping element I have. That's a process instruction element here, and then once I have selected this as a type of destination, I'm able to use the right mouse click here and create any of these standard simple elements you might also know from your process instruction based PI sheet, which is just for example a simple long text output like this. Yes, and then you just double click, and depending on the element you get a pop-up with more or less additional information you can enter. In this case it's not very much, but it has a description, test 1, and usually I choose the HTML fragment because then I've got this nice little inline editor. This is a test, and then that's my first little standard XStep, and I can simulate this here.
Hey Arne,
yes.
Just one question. Since we already have a lot of process instructions created in transaction 012C, is it possible to migrate these instructions from configuration to XStep?
Generally, no. There are some changes have been made in the structure of these elements. So, for example, if I'm clicking here, no, clicking there on that element, you can also have a look at characteristics here, and you can also start with a blank characteristic and add sort of copy you wrote characteristics and enter them here. I think I have covered that in one of my recordings in last sessions. But you don't have a guarantee that it will work, because sometimes the XStep they depend on a certain syntax, and if you have different elements and a different sequence, then it probably won't work. Okay? And my recommendation would really be to use this opportunity to also look at your processes, maybe redesign some of your processes that are older or out of date. It's also an opportunity. Of course, it's more effort. I know. But the nice thing about XStep is that you don't have to switch all of your recipes at once. Yeah, you can use the recipe profile to switch one recipe after another to make. So, for example, there's a profile. Let's just go into that. I'll show it.
Yes.
Where is it? Yeah, that one. So, no, wrong button. That one here. So just choose your existing profiles, one of your existing profiles there, and then there's this setup here, newly introduced here, and there you set XStep's optional. Then all your recipes, they will still work with the process instructions, But then, if you decide to go in one recipe and use XSteps there, you can create an XStep tree there in the recipe, and then the recipe will choose the XSteps instead. And if you remove that tree, your process instructions are back again. Yes? So by this, you can really step by step migrate it in really small steps. I would recommend to identify a pilot area, which maybe not so much load on production, where you can try these things out, and then you do it step by step.
Okay. Here in Brazil, we set the PI sheet to be created only in the process order. We do not maintain the process instruction inside the master recipe.
Yes.
Is it possible with XSteps?
Well, not entirely. You have to maintain. Let's just go to. So I go to the recipe here.
Okay.
And
because here in Brazil we have a huge number of master recipes.
Yeah, first of all, you see this is the recipe with XSteps active. So you see the destination here is grayed out. Yeah.
Okay.
And also these buttons here, they're grayed out. And you've got this button here. And what you usually would do there is to create XSteps with a lot of generation scopes inside. So what does that mean? The generation scopes are similar like the things you have in the O10C, where you specify, okay, at the beginning of each phase, for example, or for every reservation item. Here with XSteps, that's a more generic scope, and there's also a separate recording for that. That's the body section, where you there I explained how to create your own bodies for generation. And that's also the opportunity here. Here you have the possibility to create your own generation scopes. Yeah? Okay. So, for example, if you've got a customer table where you want to repeat over for a certain order, you can do that. You can create your own generation scope for a specific customer table if you want. Yeah. Okay. And you see what was done here is in that recipe. That's quite a big one, but still there's not much inside here. So I've got some have a certain context. So these standard XSteps have a context to a certain phase, and some have here a generation scope. Some have the generation scope inside, which you will. I'll just show it to you if you explode this. See, this is something where I have a generation scope here inside, hidden, and that will do the generation inside when you create the order. But you still need to maintain a little bit in the recipe.
Okay.
And depends on how much you want to generate and how complicated it will be. Then of course things get more complicated. But there are a lot of generation scopes available. I can double click here, and you see for materials, and that's much more than those we have in the old instruction-based times. Yeah. Okay.
In the XSteps, in the generation scope, is it? Do we have a functionality, an object like the filter inside the O10C?
We don't have this filter program. Yeah. So you all have to do it in the body. Yeah. Okay. So all these scopes you have here are delivered by SAP. So for example, all co-products, all byproducts, all intramaterials, these have a certain filter already delivered. But for example, if you want to do something with only for materials with a certain sort string, then in this folder here for the generation scopes, I've got some generation scopes that I've created with the body. I have one where I use a certain technique to select a certain filter criteria for this generation.
And the sort string is the most important one.
That's a nice one. Everybody likes the sort string. And there's on SDN I have a document describing this body creation process, and also some examples like for like this sort string example. But yeah, there we go a lot in details now. So maybe you have a look at the recordings there, and maybe next time when you have seen all the recordings and you still have some questions open, I would suggest that you come back to me, and then let's discuss it.
Just one additional question you already answered in one of the last meetings. The transport mechanism of created XSteps. Do you have this transport mechanism? Like
no.
I know that will be a big problem in our plant, because usually right now in O12C or something like that, our QA department, they want to have the transport mechanism from development, QA, test it, and then have it in production. Otherwise, you...
Yeah. So for those who are new to that, just one remark: the XSteps, also the standard XSteps you see here in this repository, this is master data. So what does that mean? You have to handle it like master recipes.
Same problem with characteristics.
Procedure. Same with characteristics as well.
That's
of course,
it's the
right
now.
The same issue.
The difference is we can download and upload.
Yes.
This is the solution.
Yes. There's a possibility to export folder structures here, export SXS folders and import them. But this is at the moment not possible to sort of update. You know, you have your queue system, and then you export your whole tree. And what you want to do, I believe, is to sort of update your existing tree. That is not possible. If you import a tree, you create a new tree, and all these elements, they have GUIDs, and they have unique GUIDs. So that means you create a whole new tree with totally new elements. So all your references you might have created in your recipes, they don't point to the new ones, because they are totally new. You see, but there are some thoughts going on in development which might be helpful in the future, but I cannot promise something there. What I have done with other customers is I said, okay, since this is master data, you need to maintain these XSteps in the productive system, and you need to test it there with a test control recipe in that system to be really 100% sure, and that's what they do. It's a shift in working, I know, but yeah.
Yeah, the problem is not so much the doing. The problem is our QA group, which wants to have everything which is production relevant, which wants to have it tested in a queue system and in a one-to-one relationship with no exceptions moved to production.
Yes.
That's the problem we already have with characteristics.
Yeah, I mean, what you can do, and there maybe let's explain a little bit this import-export functionality. You also can export SXS versions. So if you have a queue system and there you tested your new version of your existing standard XStep, you can export the version and import it into your productive system in a specific standard XStep as well. Yes. The only thing there is if you have any other standard XSteps, like creates an SXS reference, inside here, which references to something else, this won't work. Yeah. So this procedure to export and import version is only possible if you don't use these reference in a reference. And then that's what another customer of us is doing. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
We were a little bit drawn from our initial thing. I don't know. I was about to show you. Yeah, that's what I was about. I was about to show you. Okay, this is a simulation, and just another example here. When I create an entry field, like a numeric value entry field, and you know that with the process instructions, you have a lot of possibilities there, a lot of different variations, and these are all covered here with these tabs, and you can decide, okay, this is an entry 1, and well, there's a default value, a fixed value like this, and I've got an input validation with a formula like that, and that's all done with these in this pop-up, so you don't have to care about syntax checks like this. And the other thing is, it's really easy to let's give this a name here. To cut and paste, copy and paste, or drag and drop. So what I'm doing here is I'm copy this one here, I'm pasting it, and there you go. That's the copy of the other thing. I name it differently, and like this, and and maybe also that one here. This entry I copy with Control C and Control V. There's entry 2. Yeah. And you see how quick this goes in comparison with the other with the process instructions. And drag and drop is also possible, so I can just move the sequence here quite easily. So that's maybe as a first glimpse, and the rest I would suggest you just have a look at the recordings. Is that okay for you, Adriano? Adriano? Okay. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm
not here.
So, any other questions so far? Before you say something, I have a little thing I can show you as a new development, which is the archiving and deletion of PI sheets without using EBR. That's a thing which is essential if you also face performance issues or will face performance issues when you have a huge load of orders in future. So that's what I have. I could also show briefly.
Okay, but by now we are not using archiving here at Bayer.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be a very interesting thing.
You know, one thing which most people are not aware of is because it's so simple to set up, also especially with XSteps, to set up this framework of instructions. There's something behind that, and there's a lot of database tables, and let's just go to that as an example. And they are all called POCDB and star. Let's see how many tables there are, and you see that's 37 tables, and all these tables are all holding data for the PI sheets. Yes, and okay. And especially the POCDB value is one of those tables which grow especially large. And if I have a look at this, these are only 40,000 entries, but this is just a very small demo system, and just recently I had a customer with 40 million entries there, and which has really a huge problem because that has a bad impact on performance. Yes, so it's really a thing you have to think of. Please don't wait too long for that, because then we get your OSS messages with it's a bad performance. And we have to do something about that, and we have to say to you, okay, you need to archive, and so better do it early. And with the new development, and that's a pilot node we have developed for ECC6 systems from. Let's see, I think it's from EHP3 upwards, but maybe we will downport it as well to be able to archive and delete PI sheets without EBR, and also the electronic work instructions that you have with PP. Yeah, okay. Of course you don't have an EBR. So if you want to see that, I can show you. If you want to discuss other things or have other questions, please go ahead.
It would be very interesting for us in EBIT.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yes.
Okay. yes.
Go ahead.
Good.
Go ahead.
So let's go to the other system where I have this already. The only precondition to use this node, and I have the details here. You will find them already in the OSS. So one of those is a pilot node. The other is the actual node. Here are these two nodes I'm talking about, and the precondition to use this functionality is that in the order type you have not specified a batch record required, because then you of course have to use the EBR functionality to do all this. Yes. If you have done that, the only thing you need to have is a PI sheet with either completed, cancelled, or discarded status, like this. Yes. And then we deliver some reports, and let's see, that's first report is this one here, with a nice selection screen, and let's have a look. This is the other order here, with a lot of selection possibilities. I'm selecting all modes here. You can also select this cancel, discarded, or completed. And you can also set this flag, and then it's immediately archived. If I don't set this flag, I get a list, an ELF grid view like this. So these are the PI sheets. If for that order the PI sheets wouldn't have that status, either completed, discarded, or cancelled, then you wouldn't see anything here. Okay, and I just select one, I archive it, and let's have a look also at the POCDB value table. Okay. So this one has been archived successfully. Archiving, and that's sometimes also a misunderstanding, archiving does not mean deletion as well. So archiving, some people mean archiving is also deletion, but it's a separate step here. So you see that it has vanished here on the list. I can also set this flag here, and then it would do it right away. And of course you can use this report in a job to do it automatically.
Okay.
And how can we see the archived one? Is there a transaction?
That's coming next. That's coming next.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first report we will deliver, and the second report is this one here. And here we are. So here I'm entering the order as well, and I see all these two lines. I see also something here. It's in database, and in this system things have changed, because here in EHP5, so the current development cycle, we will have this in a standard functionality with a transaction, and there this behaves such as when I delete this from database, I'm also not able to see it here in the list anymore. So that's why I can only show you the display from archive before I delete it. But of course, in the pilot node, this will work also after the deletion. You can have a look at the archived elements. Okay? So I'm displaying this here. go, and you see this is a different style sheet. It's the archiving style sheet you might already be familiar with when you use EBR. So it shows all the elements, also all the signatures quite extensively here. And I think I've got also another one with some more detail here. I'm not quite sure. No, not in here. And additionally, when you go back to the CO60, no. Here it is. I'm refreshing here, and you see this. In the new status says archived EBR. Okay, I mean we didn't create a new status here, so it's don't mind about the EBR. It's not the EBR really. It's just an archived PR sheet. For those of you who don't know what the difference is, in an EBR you also have the possibility to add additional documents and also have additional information from inspection lot and such. Okay, so that's the thing you have on the optical archive now, and now I can also delete that. Hold on, I will first select this and show you on the database here, POCDB value. Here the doc ID is the control recipe number, and number of entries you see 147. And now I'm selecting that and delete database and delete it. And number of tables entries 0. Okay. Maybe also a good idea for you. Maybe you could check with the SE16 in your systems the size of the POCDB value. It's a good indicator of how big the system has already grown here in this respect. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show. I already mentioned that this is a pilot node, so you need to raise an OSS message. I think that you want to have this pilot node released for you. That's the usual game. So that's what you need to do. Any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
On the enhancement package 5.
Yes.
Is there any specificities on the XSteps?
No, it's just we have planned something, but then there was this huge turmoil with financial crisis, and we had to lay off a lot of externals, and then we had to shift a lot of things internally, and so lots of things got delayed. Okay. So I hope we can do that in the next round.
What was the functionality if it's not secret? It's just for us to know what's coming?
It's okay, I can say, but I need to say this disclaimer for that. It's not, I cannot promise that it will come. It's just
it's okay.
Something we have planned, and it was a planned independent XStep repository, so that you can have the same standard XStep for different plans. And in conjunction with that, we have planned a language to have it to be able to provide different languages in the same XStep. So to be able to use it the same XStep also in different countries. So those were the plans. But again, this is just a plan. Only a plan.
Okay, so because today, if we are managing different countries or languages, we have to create the XStep repository in each language.
Yes.
If I understand.
I mean, since now it's also plant dependent. Normally in the plant you have a common language, so then you have to do it anyway. But if these two things will come, then this will be a good enhancement.
Yeah, because we would like to get corporate XSteps that we want to extend to every plant, in fact. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And other things, we have seen also in the enhancement package 4, there is a functionality, the WIP batch, work in process batches.
Yes.
Is there any integration with XStep?
That's not integrated with XStep, no. anyway, a lot of things also I have shown in my recent sessions cover a lot with function modules that I have created to load data, to manipulate data, or something like that. For example, I have used equipment from plant maintenance to get the status and to do something there with in my PI sheets. That does not mean that plant maintenance is integrated with XSteps, but since you have this huge flexibility with using all these function modules wherever you like, also with the command and event stuff, that you can do a lot of things with some minor custom function modules.
Okay.
So, any more questions? Maybe on these characteristics or process messages, because there were a lot of people interested in today's session. Some specific questions.
For us in Brazil, I think it's okay. We needed to go further now. Get more in detail to.
Yes. And I believe do you have any knowledge exchange also with your colleagues from Finland?
No, not yet.
You should do that. I mean, since it's in your same company, you should really benefit from that implementation as well. And I'm not sure whether Bayer is driving a sort of template approach for this.
Yes. It was planned for the next week.
Okay.
The guy from Finland go to Mexico to do the knowledge transfer. But now, because the swine flu, all the trips are cancelled.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, actually, there's a colleague of mine, a very skilled colleague from consulting, is going back to Mexico for another customer. But maybe if you need an external consultant from SAP, you can send me a mail and I'll forward it to all consulting. Then you can get consulting as well. Yes.
How many people you are skilled in XStep in SAP? Because every time it's your name.
Yes, I mean, since XStep and the whole PI sheet is a very it covers a lot of different aspects, also skills. So there are not many people who have really dive into that very very deep. But in German consulting there are at least 3 at SAP Consulting with a more deep knowledge. And some of partners also have knowledge already. So yes, but I agree. The knowledge is not that much, and that's why I started this series of session in the first place. Because that was, by the way, that was one funny example in the SCMPP forum. There was a guy asking, "Oh, listen, guys, how can I post material consumptions in the PI sheet?" Simple questions, huh? And then the first guy answered, "Oh no, you it's not possible in PI sheet. You have to go to the Migo and there you do this and that." And the second guy stated something similar, and I was like, and I mean that's so really. I mean, then people are saying wrong things about this. Yeah.
Very good question.
And on the IDES system, do you provide any some IDES scenario for the XStep?
Well, I'm not sure what of the current IDES stuff is already in the IDES shipments. But
what we have seen, the last shipment is for enhancement packet 3 inside.
Okay.
But I don't know if there is any scenario included.
I can show you something. There's at least. Hold on. No. There's this example with PH4200, and I think that's there we have something in IDES here. So this production version X002 should have XSteps inside. Oh. Okay. It's empty. I know I did something there in former times for it has vanished. That's really weird. Well, I have to check that out. I don't know what happened there. Strangely.
Okay.
Let's have another try. pH bulk X. There are. Maybe you try that recipe group, and let's have a look at those. Whether there's something in there. Ah, there's something. Okay. So the production version somehow vanished, but still there's a master recipe with XSteps, and you see there are a lot of XSteps here,
Okay.
and you can check that out.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Good. Anything else? Maybe if you don't mind, can you rate the session? It's there on the bottom left side. You can answer the question. Any other comments?
No.
Just a question I had today. What is the path to get to the CX MSV transaction?
Oh, the path in the menu. Okay.
Because
it's quite simple, actually.
I couldn't find it.
It has. First, I showed in the production process master data. There it is. Right on top. Very easy.
Standard XStep repository.
Yeah, I think.
And the same here in production. So, discrete process. Here it is.
Do you have to activate a business function enhancement to get them or something? Because I'm also missing some menu also in my system, and I think it's because it's not activated in
okay,
the business
let's
function.
go in that as well. You have to have the SCM extension.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, let's go to the other system.
Hey Arnie, do you know if they're available in the internet? I don't know if you have this information. We do not have the SXX add-on installed here in Brazil yet.
You don't?
Is it difficult? No, we don't.
Okay. Well, no, I don't. Which release are you on there?
ECC 6.0.
Okay. Yeah, it should. So for PPPI, so for process industries, it should run right away. If you have this SCM extension activated here, yes. So that's mandatory. That's you need.
Okay.
But apart from that, there are only a couple of business functions that are related to XSteps, and only if you want to have XSteps for PP, that's for UPAD, you need to have this here activated. PP, XS, RTG, PO, and there is some things here, some extensions, some enhancements for the PI sheet, and also here. So these you might also want to consider. You can have a look at the documentation and see what's in there, but I would recommend these as well. And especially for pharmaceuticals, there's one thing that's in EHP 2 was that industry enhancements for with a were useless for and a signature process for standard XSteps as well. But apart from that, no. There's sometimes there's a where was it? I think there. Here, no, not defined. I was get this, mix up this. Yeah. So in some cases, I have found that this in CMX04 that the namespace SAP was not there, and then it also does not work. So in that case, just add it manually SAP, and then it will work. So these are the only things I can think of.
Yeah, because I do have the strange situation. We do have the ECC6. We do have the enhancement pack 4, and I cannot find. I just checked. I cannot find it in production process master data. The first topic is recipe management, and there's no XSteps in between. But I can call, of course, the transaction. And
well, that's strange.
Okay, I will find out.
But if you have a problem, you just raise a message. This might be a low message, but you can raise it anyway. So.
Yeah, the first thing is I'm always wondering, am I doing something wrong, or is this intended?
No, it should be there. Yeah, it should be there.
Okay.
Okay.
I will check it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know what your opinion is. So far I have a monthly sequence here for this session. Do you think that's too often? Because I see that not many people are coming. Maybe it's too often, or what do you think?
The problem is you should ask the people that are not coming.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, the people are maybe watching this recording. So to all of you, please send me a mail if you feel that we should maybe prolong this. That you. Yeah.
No, for me, it's okay.
Okay. I mean, it's okay for me if I don't have to prepare it every time. So the first 6 months it was a really more effort for me. Which I of course did like to do, but now it's okay if you're just chatting and I need to improvise, and I hope you don't mind if I don't have a perfect demo for your specific requests all the time.
Okay. No, but that's good. I think just chatting for me it's already good because it's sometimes on the internet and it's not so easy to find all of this.
Yes, and what I also like, especially with Mr. Vogel here and Peter, is that we also interact, so that you can also make your comments, and also to the new ones here is I'm always would be eager to allow you also to show something. So this platform here is I'm able to give you rights to present as well. So of course, if you don't have any problems with giving out some secrets, if you have some anonymous example you could show to demonstrate also to other participants what you have done, this would be very inspiring for others, I think. So if you wouldn't mind, I would be really glad if someday we could do that.
Yeah, the problem I have is that I could show you, of course, something in the HTML based, but not in the XStep.
Oh yeah, I mean we are even HTML. I mean the technology, the functionality is the same. Yeah, it's just a setup how you set it up. But if you want to show something in HTML PI sheet, which is maybe valuable for others, and you want to show it,
can do anytime you want.
Yeah, sure. Let's plan it for next time.
Okay.
And maybe we need to meet a little bit before, because you need to install something on your PC to be able from Acrobat, from Adobe, to be able to do that. But that'll be nice. Maybe drop me a mail what you have in mind, and that'll be nice.
Yeah, I could show you just an example where we have set up several PI sheets on one recipe. For example, 4 PI sheets for the way in dispense and other ones which are dependent on this. And I can show you. Just
okay, great.
Whatever you want.
Like to hear that, and maybe that's also an inspiration for the others. Okay, so I would say let's finish for today. if you don't have any other thing to say or ask.
I cannot press the please rate this session button.
You cannot?
I can press it, but nothing happens. Is it?
Okay.
Is it perhaps I'm working with
I have to open the poll. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, goodbye to you all.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.